Guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we will be reacting to YouTube Shorts. Let's start right into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
He takes apart the back section. These parents literally chained their own children to beds for years. You see, the Turpin family had 13 children, and they...
The coming 3 shots, so that's my first shot. Please skip. My second shot, please skip.
I tried to sit down on
But
the
I can
only
skip
open
that.
seat on a packed bus, but a woman slammed her bag down and said, "Taken." I looked at the bag, then at her, then back at the bag. Taken by who? She said, "My bag needs space." So I leaned down to the bag and said, "Hey man, quick question. Did you pay for this seat?" The bag said nothing. I stood back up. He's not answering. I think he's hiding something. She hugged the bag tighter. "You're being ridiculous. I paid for comfort." I said, "Ma'am, you paid $2. That's not comfort. That's a coupon." She said, "People need to learn boundaries." I said, "Your bag has better manners than you, and it doesn't even have a face." Her face went red as a tomato. She pulled out her phone. "I'm calling the driver. You're harassing me." I said, "Call him. Tell him your leather son needs legroom." Then she stood up and shouted at the whole bus, "Does anyone else have a problem with this?" And a little girl sitting across the aisle looked up and said, "Your bag didn't pay." Tried to sit down on the only... In this world, everyone is born with a volume dial. Turn it down and your fears become quieter. Before a speech, before a test, before asking someone out. People used it every day. Noah did too. Whenever something made him nervous, he simply turned the dial down. Soon he stopped being afraid of anything. He gave speeches in front of hundreds of people, took impossible challenges, walked through situations that terrified everyone else. But over time, the dial became easier to turn. A little fear became no fear. A little hesitation became none at all. Until one night, he accidentally dropped his phone into a campfire. Without thinking, Noah reached in to grab it. He didn't hesitate or flinch. He just watched as his hand kept burning. In this world, everyone is born. In this world...
Whoa! Right through the neck, baby!
Whoa, what happened?
Dude, you missed it. Some dude just got decapitated.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Horrible. Their shit was amazing.
Yeah, what's the next show?
Damnatio ad bestia. Some dude is gonna fight a deadly animal.
Oh my, what animal?
Oh, we don't know yet, but we'll see though. Oh, look, it's starting. There he is. That guy.
Whoa, what did he do?
He tried to put a curse on his neighbor. He deserves it.
A curse? Okay, where's his weapon?
Weapon? He's already dead.
Anyways, what's that hole in the ground over there?
Oh, that's where the animal comes from. They keep them underground for weeks and abuse the shit out of them so they get super angry.
Oh, poor animal.
Oh, look, it's rising. It's rising.
Is that a bear?
Oh, let's go. My parlay hit. It's a bear.
So what happens now? Is he gonna, like, dance around it or something?
Yeah! Woo! Right through the...
Here's how you can sound like.
A head chef caught a kitchen boy tasting a spoonful of sauce from the pot. He grabbed the boy by the neck, threw him to the floor, and scraped the dish onto the tiles. He pointed down and said, "You eat when I tell you to eat. Get on your knees." The boy was
Anyways,
13.
all of
The entire
YouTubers
kitchen watched. No one
giving
moved.
all of
The boy
them
got on his
credit.
knees and ate off the
They
floor.
say no.
When he finished, the chef said, "Now
And
get back to
then all
work." The
gone
boy
to
never
con-
tasted
their
another dish in
channel.
that day.
Okay.
He never spoke during service
Okay.
again. He just watched. He watched how the chef moved, how the kitchen breathed, how every plate left the pass. He memorized flavors by smell alone because he never let food touch his lips without permission again. He studied every cuisine he could find, not to cook, to judge. By 34, he was the most feared restaurant inspector in the country. One review from him could fill a dining room for a decade or empty it overnight. No one knew he still couldn't eat in front of other people. He just always reviewed alone. One evening, he was assigned a final review. A struggling restaurant on the verge of closure. 1 star left. He walked through the door and stopped. Same kitchen, same tiles, same pass. The chef was older, slower, desperate. He came out personally to greet the inspector. He didn't recognize him. The chef placed his best dish on the table and stood there waiting. The inspector looked at the plate for a long time. Then he pushed it off the table. It shattered on the floor. He looked up at the chef and said quietly, "You eat when I tell you to eat." A head chef caught a kid.
Have you ever noticed that cats barely make a mess when they drink?
The fat kid in our school planted both hands on the lunch table.
You won't need a TV in your. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
a boy discovered he could stop time, but only for 10 seconds. At first, he thought it was useless, until one day, a glass slipped off a table. Everything froze. He casually caught it. 10 seconds later, time started moving again. Nobody noticed. He smiled. He started using it everywhere. He stole the answers off the teacher's desk mid-test. He ate expensive meals, then left before the bill arrived. He swapped his friend's burger for a fish and watched him bite. He never wasted a single second. Then one day, his little sister stepped into the road. A truck came speeding toward her. He stopped time. 10 seconds. He reached her. He pulled. He begged, but time didn't care. It started moving again. The truck never stopped. For the rest of his life, he wished he'd been given 11. One day, a boy discovered I was walking through town with my girlfriend when this little broccoli-haired school kid walked up to me and said, "Don't waste your time with this loser. I'm taking this fine shit with me." I stepped in front of her and said, "If you want to take her, you're gonna have to beat me first." He looked. On his 18th birthday, Lucas noticed a number above everyone's head. Most people had thousands. Some had millions. His own number was 1. Nobody knew what the numbers meant. Then, they started falling. Every day, people's numbers dropped. Hundreds, dozens, until one by one, they reached 0 and vanished. No sound, no body, just gone. Panic spread across the world. Nobody knew how to stop it, but Lucas's number never changed. Then one afternoon, an old man with the number 1 smiled at him. "Don't be scared." His number reached 0. He disappeared. But before he vanished, he whispered, "Go hug your mother." Confused, Lucas ran home. The moment she hugged him, his number changed. 2. That's when Lucas understood. The numbers weren't counting down. They were counting how many people truly loved him. On his 18th birthday.
When the fish lays an egg, a catfish will come to eat it and replace it with her own egg in the process. To protect her babies, the fish will scoop them all up in her mouth, unintentionally sucking the catfish egg too. And since the catfish hatches way faster, it eats the other eggs inside before they can even hatch. Then it'll stay with the mother, who can't tell the difference and raises it like her own child, until it's ready to swim away and repeat the cycle. When the fish lays an egg,
I came home early from work and found my wife on the couch with another man. I didn't yell. I just took my shoes off and said, "Oh, don't mind me, continue." She jumped up. "Honey, this isn't what it looks like." I said, "You're right, it looks like a mistake, but he's clearly been one for years." The bald guy stood up all puffed up and said, "You need to respect her feelings, man." I said, "Shut up. I'm not arguing with a man whose head looks like a boiled egg with anxiety." Since I was 10 years old, my dad had one. If I made money, he took a cut. He called it the house tax. If I got $10 for mowing the lawn, I had to hand it. When I started a paper route at 12, 10% went into his pocket. By the time I got my first real job at 16, nothing had changed. Every payday, he'd be waiting by the door with his hand out. "The house takes its cut," he'd say without even a smile. I hated it. I watched him tuck my hard-earned cash into his wallet and walk away. I called him greedy. I told my friends my dad was a bill collector in his own home. I even kept a secret stash of cash under my bed just so I could move out the second I turned 18, convinced he was just using me to pay his own bills. On my wedding day, my dad pulled me into a quiet room. I thought he was going to give me a lecture, but instead, he reached into his suit jacket and handed me a small, worn-out leather book. When I opened it, I couldn't breathe. It was a bank account in my name. He hadn't spent a single cent. For 15 years, he had been taking my money and putting it into an account. He had invested it so it would grow. The total at the bottom of the page was enough for a down payment on a house. I was 10 years old.
It was my first day in jail when a 300-pound inmate took one and started sobbing. I was walking down the cell block to find my bunk when he started charging at me like he wanted to end me.
Who is the real villain of...
It was my first day in jail. It was my first day...
Who is the real villain of SpongeBob? Most people think that it's Plankton because he wanted to take over Bikini Bottom, but that's not true. So who is the real villain? You see, when SpongeBob and Patrick were trying to escape Dennis, a human appeared out of nowhere. His name was Cyclops, and he grabbed SpongeBob and Patrick and took them to the surface. At first, everyone thought he was going to put them inside a fish tank, but Cyclops wanted to sell SpongeBob and Patrick as souvenirs. That's when it was revealed that the real villains of SpongeBob were humans all along. Who is the real...
Tutorial for fighting anime.
Does anyone got food? I'm starving.
Let me see. We got some seeds.
God damn it, are you sure there's nothing else we could eat?
What about some roots?
This gotta be range meat or something, dude.
Yeah, what the hell? We want meat.
Huh? What? What's that?
Meat.
Meat? What do you mean, meat?
Meat.
Meat? Oh, God.
Come on, you guys are such p***s. Let's go.
John, I don't know, dude. I think the seeds are just fine, actually.
No, I'm sick of this. I'm killing this thing.
John, no. John, no! John!
I told you it's nothing, dude. Come on, let's go.
Meat? Is Anyone got food? I'm starving.
What is the hottest object? I know, it's an iron. No, you idiot, it's clearly the sun. That's an object? Yeah, it is. Everything's an object. If that's true, then it's actually Quasar 3C273, the hottest thing in the universe. We beating him up? Yes. Follow me, children. Where are we? Some playground? Yes. On a hot summer day. Okay, so oh my gosh! Mercy, mercy! What is the hottest object?
If you shoved a baby's head into a box like this, would it grow into the shape of the cube over time? I mean, farmers do this with watermelons, which forces it into a satisfying cube shape. So why wouldn't this work on a baby? Well, a baby's head has soft gaps between bone plates, which lets the skull expand as the brain grows. And technically, their skull would start to deform. But inside a watermelon is soft fruit, which can easily fill the square mold. Bone plates, on the other hand, would cause the skull to be flattened in some spots, while other areas bulge outward. This could create extreme pressure, which the baby probably wouldn't appreciate. If you shoved a baby's head into
All right, gang, time to head inside. Now, one quick heads up. Every room has a lake view.
My friend gave me this toy but wouldn't tell me how it works, so I guess I'm on my own now. It looks like a game console, but there's no screen on it. I can slide this part up, but nothing happens. Wait, what's this? Is it a switch? Let me turn it on. I slide it again. Still nothing. Is it broken? There's another button here, but pressing it does nothing either. Well, there are two more switches on the bottom. This thing is tiny, but has so many switches. As expected, these two don't do anything either. What kind of toy is this? Is it actually broken? I've pressed every single button, and it's completely dead. Wait, what's this for? No way. It needs batteries. No wonder it wasn't doing anything, huh? Where are the batteries? I had 4 of them. Did they fall on the floor? Better look for them. Found them on the floor. Let's put all 4 in and hope it's not broken. Let me hit the music switch. You've got to be kidding me. Still nothing. Do I need to turn it on first? Whoa, it finally works. Now if I hit the switch, I can change the music or stop it entirely. Let's slide this and see what happens. The little gears inside are spinning. I get it. Is this a Beyblade launcher? But he didn't give me a Beyblade. A Beyblade? I've got plenty of those. But I tried every single one, and none of these fit. And this one definitely won't fit either. I should ask him where the Beyblade is. Wait, where did he go? Did he go home? Guess I'm heading to his place. So is this a Beyblade launcher? He actually forgot to give me the Beyblade.
Okay guys, this is it, bye.